Welcome to Stockflow Tech. Today we are going to learn on how to create a table using application language or AL in Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. So this is primarily what we did in the previous video, which the link has been provided below, the description link. So we had installed Business Central, we downloaded simples, and these are the simples. By default, we have this file, Hello World. Hello World file is a file of type page extension. Remember in our previous videos, we discussed about the L objects, and page extension here is one of the objects. So I'm going to explain something, then we can move on to our subject of this video. This is a default page extension provided by the Microsoft Simples. And so it's a trigger. There's a property in pages and even tables called trigger. And this is a trigger on open page when you open a page. So this trigger will be executed when we open this page, the customer list. This page has a page ID of number 22. So it is the same page that we saw here on the startup object ID. So this page, when we publish or when we effect the changes, we are likely going to run into this page as our first object. And that said, when we try to run that page, when we open the page, then it will run this code here on line 9, which says app published hello world. So I'm going to publish this script, and then we can see what happens. So click on run, and then click on run without debugging, or you can run or you can start debugging. So let's just work without debugging. So it's now running. It has run successfully. And for your information, you can see here it says page 22. Remember, we had our startup object ID right here in our launch.json as page 22. So that means when you publish, it automatically runs this page 22. So it has run the page, and while it was opening the page, there was a trigger here that I was explaining earlier, that this trigger was triggered when that page was opening. I mean, when this page for the customer list. So this is a customer list on the background of this message. This is just a message which says app published, hello world. So we did publish our app successfully, and that is the message that was there in the code line number 9 right here. So now we will get started creating our first object, which is a table in AL. So you can right click somewhere here, and then you can create new file. So we'll just create a tests table .al. Ensure you include the extension, which is .al, so that it will be recognized as a AL object. So a table, it includes the name of the object, which is the table, and then the ID, which I will explain why we are using 5100, and then the table name. I said we create test table. Now we have opening and closing braces so that we can put the table properties inside here. The table properties may also include something like caption. Caption, you write this, or you write the caption test table. So this will appear as the name of the table, but the actual name is test table without the space there. So the table has fields, and then so you'll just open. And don't worry about the errors, we will fix them. The table has fields. It also as keys. So this is where we will specify our primary keys. So I will just create one field here inside the field. So field, then you open and close the brackets. So then the field ID, which is we'll just put it as one, and then the name of that field, let's say uh, primary key. So it will just put the double quotes and name it as primary key. It is double quotes because it has a space here, right here. So you cannot use single quotes right here. So you also have to specify the data type, which we want it to be like code. Um, Code is a data type which accepts both type of characters and numbers. So, and then the field has properties, which I will not get into that for now. I can create another field, maybe field one. Yeah, I forgot the ID number two, then field one, and then I'll call it text as our data type, maybe text 200. Then you must include the braces. So you can see our table has no errors, has no issues, and we can create the keys here. The key to be the primary key, and the key, let's say key one to be our primary key. That will be the primary key of this table. So this is a table with two fields, and it has a primary key here and under the keys property of the table. So remember, I just mentioned that table has many properties, but for now we'll look at the fields, the keys, and yeah, I think that will be enough for now. So for this table, you can add as many fields as you want, as many fields as you want. In the future, we will discuss different types of fields and different data types, how we can use them, and how we can even use things such as the table relation or getting data from different tables in Business Central. And so we are going to create a page so that it can help us see the data that is in this field. So I'm going to create a new file. I'll call it test page .al. Don't forget that, so that it's recognized as a so a page. It has a object type which is page, and then the ID we're going to take 5100, and then the test page will be R1, the name of this page. Then just like the table, it has its global properties. It has like a page type. Sorry, page type is we'll just make a list, and then we will also have fields, no groups, no layout. So for layout, this is the general layout of a list of a page, and inside the layout we may create our area, which is general. Sorry. So the area we can use the content. Then inside the content we can create a repeater since it's of type general. Sorry, of type general. So I will explain why we have the repeater. Inside the repeater, we can add our field number one in a table that we had created that we need to mention here as a source table, the tests table. Then we will get the fields from the source table. We add three fields. One was primary key, then For field in the page, you have the field name and the field itself from the table. The rec means the table, the current record, because we are operating with this table, which is our rec at the moment. So it also has properties. These are field properties, and the most important property of a field is the application area that will be able to dictate how you're going to view the field. And then we will use basic and maybe suite. These are the things we'll explain in the future again. So another field, we add another field, you just click, type field, click OK, and then open and close the bracket. Inside here, we have field, we add field 1, and then we can also give an application area of basic suite. And then the final field was field 2, and then we'll give an application area of all. So you can see application areas can be basic, suite, all, or any, or both. And then we have a complete table here. You can click control and then drill down. This is our table. It has a primary key because every table must have a primary key. And then this is the page. So I'm going to run the page by clicking a shortcut of running an object, which is Control Shift R. Then we can see what happens from there. So that we can just demonstrate the way table and page work together to present data. So I'll just use a property called usage category, and then I will make it lists so that we will run. So I'm going to publish the two objects that we have created, the test page and the test table. Then we'll try to insert data to the database using the page. So it's sending the request to the server. So we are expecting it to finish in the next few seconds. Done. So as it is getting ready, I'm going to search. Wait, it's still doing its work. Okay, our code is still running, but we will delete that one. So I'll search here the page because I've not exposed it here on the role center. Yeah, okay, so the test page, yeah, it's here on the lists. So I can click it, and then you can see we have a primary key. We have field 1 and field 2. So we can click new to add maybe the code 1 as a code field. These are the data I'm trying to add to the database. Then I can write another one, code 2, because it cannot be the same. Code field 2, maybe code 3. So this is two records that have been added to the database. You can close and then try searching again for the test field. Yeah, I think there's a delay in the response of the server. So test page. Yeah, and here you can see there are two records. So we've successfully created the page and from the table that we created earlier, and we've entered the data. You can click new to add another record. Yeah, another record. Field 2, 3, yeah, something like that. You can also perform CRUD operations, delete. By default, this Business Central provides us with the delete. Yeah, go ahead and delete. Yes. Yeah, you can see the records are now 2. You can edit. Now you have disabled editing. You can enable editing here. And you can search. Let's say search code 2. You can see we have one one record which met the condition of code 2 from the searching algorithm. So now this is a complete process of creation, update, modification, deletion, and even searching. It's like a CRUD operation of a Business Central after creating the table and the page, and even these properties that enabled us to be able to see the page from the front end. So in our next video, I'm going to explain a very organized way of creating tables, pages, reports, XML ports, and many other objects that are going to come, so that we can come up with a complete system where we can give data, we can request data. We can also try to navigate around the manipulation of data if we have to do some calculation, if we have to do some reporting, if we have to send some data to somewhere. So my viewers, please be patient and take the process slowly. We will head there where we are supposed to be. And for now, I thank you for watching up to this end. Please give a comment in the comment section. You can also subscribe to the channel. You can also click on the notification bell so that you can always get the videos as they come. And also you can give me a like and share the video. Thank you.